So where do we start with Rally Islas Canarias? I think we start with the end result. A 1-2-3-4 for Toyota. The next non-Toyota, 3.5 minutes off of the win. Albeit thanks to a penalty for jumping the start of the power stage. On top of that, you end up with Hyundai's 5th, 6th and 7th. And then the lead M Sport in 8th, with the second one in 11th. It's kind of the tale of this season. But I would say, given what we saw in Islas Canarias last year, there's probably a little bit more to it. You see, when picking their setups for the Croatia rally, the teams have to do a bit of a compromise. Because a lot of the parts they had for Croatia had to carry over here. And as a result, well, Toyota leaned lots more on their circuit racing knowledge. And as a result, what you do have is the Toyotas being able to do very well on this circuit-style surface. I expect we'll probably see something similar for Rally Japan. Whereas what Hyundai had is a setup that's good for Croatia. That in theory could be good for the Monte. The thing is, the Monte, it's always unpredictable, so you can't really bet on it. But what that means is you're not playing to the extremes of stuff like Islas Canarias. As a result, it was very nearly a Toyota 1-2-3-4-5. Except for poor Oliver Solberg. Penultimate stage. Carries it a little too hot. Rips the front left off the car. I mean, Thierry Neuville knows a bit about that kind of heartbreak. He had that 2 weeks ago in Croatia. Except his was on the power stage. And his was the front right. But these things happen in rallying. These things happen when you're pushing to the very limit. And these things happen when you're battling against the very best in the sport. In the end, Seb Ogier takes his first win of the season, which is wild to think, right? We've only had one consecutive winner so far. And it's Takamoto Katsuta. I mean, it has been all Toyotas with Solberg, then Evans, and Katsuta, then Ogier. But 4 out of the 5 Toyota drivers have won this season, meaning we've had 4 different winners. It's just the joys of being a rally fan. And next time out, we're in Portugal. Oitanak went well there last year. And I think Hyundai are carrying the same lineup as they have here. So Danny Sordo, reigning Portuguese champion, could see some benefits. Adrian Formeau's gone well in Portugal in the past. And I think Thierry Neuville's won, hasn't he? But yeah, overall, Sordo was probably the most impressive of the 3 Hyundais. He ends the rally, 30 seconds off of Formeau. He was the lead Hyundai throughout Friday, and he just seemed to be enjoying himself. Do you see that moment where he kissed the barrier on Friday, and then he just leads across to Candido Carrera and is like fist bump? That was cool. It's nice to see all of those things. It's nice to see that somebody who... It's weird. They were pointing out, it's 20 years now since his first full-time season in WRC with that Kronos Citroen. It's 21 years since he won the juniors in that Citroen C2. And yet, he's still able to be competitive in the WRC. Just, yeah, well done to Danny Sordo on that one. And as for the Pumas, well, it was a thing about gaining experience, and boy did John Armstrong gain experience. So much rotten luck. 2 overshoots in the same kind of way where he just veers off to the left. In both cases, the road goes to the right. However, in both cases, if he continued going to the right with the understeer he was having, it would have been game over. But, yeah, just some bad luck there. Drops him down out of the top 10 and behind the first 2 Rally 2 cars. Whereas for Josh McAlean, it's 8th place. Some good points. And while we're at it, let's talk WRC2. Because it's another Lancia win. It's Johan Rossell, who I believe is now... We'll get to championship standings in a moment, but... I think he's joint leader, isn't he, with his brother in WRC2, but obviously has done less rounds. Alejandro Cachon gave him a good run, as did his brother, Leo Rossell, who had a diff issue which cost him 2 places on the final stage. That Citroen is still great. But for Skoda, who for the first time in 5 years didn't have a car in the top 5 in Croatia, they got 2 of the top 5 here. One of them was on the podium. But yeah, Nikolai Gryajan was off the pace of his teammate. It's not all entirely his fault, but Rossell seems to be the eminent WRC2 driver at the moment. The eminent Rally 2 driver on the world stage. Because if you think about it, the last 2 champions went up into Toyota machinery. Sami Pairi, Oliver Solberg. Rossell has been up there 4 years. He is wedded to that Stellantis group pretty much till death do us part. He's making the most of that. Himself and Arnaud Dunand, they are a force to be reckoned with. They always say reckoned with. But yeah, overall, really well done. And really well done to Guilherme Brado. I know the teenager is a Spanish Super Championship ace. But he showed up here. He doesn't need to show up here because, well, it's not a junior round, but he's doing it in WRC3. He goes up against someone like Timur Kapramovsky, who has done the European circuit. I think, wasn't he in Sierra Morena last week? And yet, he wins by nearly 15 seconds. Really well done on that one. Giovanni Rossi rounds out the top 3. And, yeah. The lead Clio was Santiago Perez in 41st. Who was, 11 minutes back? I mean, by this point, you're starting to get down to Super Rally rules and stuff. So, Alexei Lukanyuk, for example, in 37th. But yeah. Well done to Guilherme Brado. And if we talk standings, Elfyn Evans, yeah, now leads. 2 points over Taka Katsuta. Sami Pairi is 3rd. Because he's, retired from the Monty. But after that, he's only finished on the podium. Which was the sort of Ogier stat from last year. That Ogier got caught out in the Safari this year. So it's 101 for Evans, 99 for Katsuta, 72 for Pairi, 68 for Solberg, 59 for Formeau, and 58 for Ogier. Ogier is now ahead of Thierry Neuville in the standings. Quite comfortably as well. 23 points the gap. Top 10 in the standings, rounded out by, Neuville on 35, Lappi on 21 from 2 starts, and then Johan Rossell and Leo Rossell. If we have a look at the teams and the manufacturers, let's do manufacturers, because teams is literally just, Sami Pairi, who didn't finish the Monty and then has gotten a clean sweep of the points after that. Toyota just continued to extend their advantage. It's nearly 100 points, 265 to 167. Toyota 2 is on 75 and then M Sport are on 63. As for WRC 2, and it is a tie. Johan Rossell, Leo Rossell, both on 52 each. Roberto Dapra is in 3rd on 37. The next time out, it should be an interesting entry list. Let's talk about that when we do our Rally Portugal preview, which will be coming out next week on this channel. So if you do want to stick around to have those, do get subscribed and hit the bell to be notified of every future video I do. I do at least one video every day on this channel. In the team standing, Lancia are comfortably in the lead. They're 32 points clear of TalkSport, who are 49 points clear of M Sport. But then that's because Lancia have 3 scores in which they are 1st and 2nd in all 3. TalkSport have 3 scores and they won the Safari. And then M Sport only have 2. And they got the win in Sweden, but only 1 car counted in that one. As for WRC 3, Guilherme Brado's win puts him into the lead. Matteo Fontana is in 2nd, 50 from 3 starts. Guilherme Brado from 3 starts is on 54. Raul Hernandez is in third on 35 points. Abramovsky with 2 starts is on 34 points in fourth. And then on 33 points in fifth is Eric Royer. But those are my main thoughts, feelings and observations for Rally Islas Canarias. I love this event. I love Spanish tarmac rallies. I miss Rally Catalunya. I do like Sierra de Morena in the ERC, and I do like Islas Canarias. But could we have like 2 Spanish rounds? I don't know. We just need more tarmac rounds than WRC, and I like the kind of super sealed surface element that you get with these Spanish tarmac rallies. They are some of the most wonderful roads to drive in the world. Some of the smoothest. And I can say that having driven some of the old ERC roads and IRC roads, and unfortunately, as of yet, no any WRC roads. But please. Thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for joining. Until next time, it's bye for now.